If you're watching this, you're probably wondering who I am and why you should listen to anything I have to say about health. Well, after you hear my story, you will realize I am living proof of that healing, real healing, is possible even when things feel impossible. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Hasina Koda. Some people just call me Dr. Koda or simply Koda. I'm not a super formal person, so just take your pick, it doesn't matter. I am a naturopathic doctor, and I've been doing that for about coming up on a decade almost. My studies started about 16 years ago, more or less. And I specialize in pregnancy management, cellular biology, food science, nutrition, and naturopathic medicine. But my credentials don't really tell the real story of who I am and how I got to who I am. I was born a bit different than most people probably anybody that most people have met. I have something, I'm going to try to say it, called Klinefelter's mosaic syndrome. And so basically, my chromosomes formed a little bit differently during gestation. And so a good bit of my cells have an XXY instead of the normal XX or XY chromosomes. And with that, today I guess they call it intersex or whatever. It's so much politics around it, I don't really keep up with all that. But it caused a lot of hormonal imbalances and neurotransmitter chaos in my body, so much so that at the age of about 12 until about the age of 20 or 21 years old, it spiraled into schizophrenia. And that was a very terrifying moment in my life. It is not something I really like to think about too much because it's just that heavy. It's just that heavy that imagine if you're standing on the tallest building that you can think of, and you're right over the edge and you're looking over. It's like that sometimes if I think on it hard enough. But yeah, that was well over 15 years ago. I'm now 36 years old at the making of this video, and so that is far removed from me, and yes, that is gone, including other things I used to struggle with, such as psoriasis, acne, and keloids. I used to have it all over my face, all over my neck, front and back, scalp, and if I hadn't told you, you wouldn't have known. And so I am living proof of that cure, a contradiction of what we've been told. I'll put it that way. I also have floaters in my vision. Those are like translucent structures that bounce along with your vision. And it got so bad for me that I almost went blind. All those things are a thing of the past. And in my teens, late teens, I had reached pretty much about 400 pounds. I was 397. If you have given me a Big Mac, a large fry, and a Pepsi, I was there. And so when I talk, I'm young, but I have a lot of experience, a lot of struggle, and a lot of healing. And that is something that I'm going to offer to the people who subscribe to my channel. So you definitely want to make sure you stick around. In my early 20s, I had a good friend who had passed away. He had cancer. He had tumors in his spine and in his brain, and he was bleeding out of the eyes. And he died much faster than anybody thought he would. That was something that was very hard for me to accept. And then I was in a relationship for about 6 years. That ended, and life got really bad for me. And then I started going through a period of feeling like I was a freak. No one would accept me because of who I am. Not only that, but because I understood that I was different, but I wore it as, okay, I'm just different. That's okay. And I wore it exactly like that. And I was expecting other people to also react the same way, and that didn't happen. And so when people react strangely, ask certain questions, or sometimes even feel offended, it made me go into my shell. And then that created a lot of years of withdrawal. And then in my early 30s, my brother died, who was very sick for many years, and he died during the pandemic, and that shattered my world. After that, I fell into a deep depression, and I started feeling suicidal. I felt very hopeless. I felt like a failure. And even though I got a lot of praise from my clients and people told me how great I was and my accomplishments and how much of a genius I am, I felt like, if I could not help my brother, am I really as great as people say I am? And then I started to feel like I was inadequate. I was terrified because it put me right back in that place of depression and all of that stuff that I was experiencing as a teenager when I was going through my schizophrenia. And then I started binge eating. Sometimes I would not eat at all. I went almost a week without eating one time, and I didn't realize until I went to go use the bathroom and I'm washing my hands and I almost passed out, and I had to grab the sink to just stop myself from falling. And I realized, what is wrong with me? I know I'm not sick. And I was like, you haven't eaten in a week. And I had to cook myself some food and almost threw up like 5 times, but I had to force myself to keep it down because I needed to eat. And then it went on to the point where I was just trying to escape. I used sex, video games, weed to escape. And it was very different because me and my brother had always grown up together. We had always been around each other, even in adulthood. And so for him to go missing, it was very hard to adjust to. And in my 20s, when I said I was 400 pounds, I had literally lost half of my weight and maybe a little bit more. So I was like a little under 200 pounds. And then I had went and I had gained about 160, 180 pounds. And I was like, I feel like I'm reliving my formative years. And that made me feel really, really bad. And I felt like a failure at life. Other things like at this point in my life, I wanted to have a family, have children, and I felt like I had nothing to show for it. I was great at helping people, but while I was watching everybody else's life thrive and me assisting them, my own was falling apart. And I was like, there's no way that anybody could take me serious with the state of my life, me being stressed, all these other things, gaining weight, and all these other issues that I had. And I was neglecting myself. And then I had to realize, you don't like yourself. You hate yourself. And that was when the turning point happened. Somebody told me, because I was expressing, I want to start a YouTube channel. People love what I do. And people just say, you need to put this information out there, and you have a very unique place in this world. And in my mind, I said, I can't do that because my own life's falling apart. Nobody can take me serious. And my cousin, she told me, you're going through something right now, but the world wants to see it. In a world where, especially with AI, nothing is real. People don't share their real lives. They make everything look good, but you don't really ever get to see most people's real lives. You don't really get to see the honesty, the ugly that other people go through. And so she said, don't worry about that. As you're healing, allow people to see you heal. They want to go on that journey with you. And for a long time, I actually hesitated to start this channel because of that. But here I am now, and you're going to go on this journey with me. And I am so happy for you to be here with me. I'm sharing this because I want to give hope to people who are also going through other struggles, like mine or other things, and where you feel like there's nobody else who understands who I am, what I'm going through. Somebody does. Okay? To know that you are perfect as you are. We are here to make mistakes, and we are here to correct those mistakes, and we are here to grow from them. When we're not doing that, we are in contradiction to our design. We are here to make mistakes and to get better. When you're not doing that, that is when you are stripping yourself of your perfection. But we are here to make mistakes, not to be made guilty or to feel less because of those mistakes. As long as you're learning and you're improving, you're on a good track, okay? And to prove that what we're calling impossible is possible, we just have to stop listening to the people who don't know and listen to the people that do. That transform your mind and then the results that you get, okay? And to be real in a world where majority of everything is fake, is dishonest, is for clicks, views, for clout, is to run up a bag, okay? So that's me, messy, still healing, but perfect at the same time, and committed to helping you do the same thing. If my history, if my story resonates with you, stick around. We're going to bust some myths. We're going to make very complex topics very easy for you to understand, so that way it changes your mind and your perception, which is going to change your life in the world around you, okay? If you got something on this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please at least comment. I would like to get some feedback. There's some great things coming, so you will not be disappointed. I'm going to make another video that's going to more so be less about me, because this channel is not about me. It is about, this video is only to break the ice, so that way I'm not a stranger, because I'm very new to the online space. So I want to break that ice, and so that way you understand who I am. And then in the next video, I'm going to go into my business and set proper expectations. And that is when we're going to really get into the juicy stuff, okay? So like, comment, subscribe if you liked, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.